Welcome back to the Cave of Wonders, Dreamwalkers. I am your Sith Lord Callous, and this is the Rancor Report, where we bring you what's trending in pop culture, gaming, and Star Wars news, reviews, theories, and clues. If you're new here to the channel, subscribe, hit that like button, then turn on notifications and join the Dreamwalkers on our journey.
You're after something. Is it revenge? Money? Or is it something else?
Today I want to talk to you guys about what I would like to see in Solo 2 if it were to happen. I enjoyed the first one. It's absolutely fine with me if you didn't, but I would actually like to see a sequel and even a third installment if the story is done right. Solo was not without its flaws, but it did some things right. I found it entertaining, and it introduced us to some new characters to help expand the lore. It also brought us face to face with our legends before they were legends.
What do you think? Well, what do you know?
So with that said, here are the top 2 reasons why I would love to see a Solo 2. Characters. I like meeting new characters in the Star Wars universe and learning their backstories. I'm invested in this galaxy. I like to know where they've been and where they're going. Solo introduced us to a few new characters, some that died in the movie, but a few that didn't. And number 1 on that list for me is Qi'ra, Han Solo's first love interest. From a street rat to a lieutenant in the Crimson Dawn crime syndicate, I'm very interested to know how Qi'ra came to be in that position. Her relationship with Dryden Voss was also of interest to me. What was it that he found so intriguing about her? Why did he seem to treat her as more than simply his right hand? And was it he or Darth Maul himself that found her on Corellia? It didn't seem like she had too many dealings with Maul based on the conversation that they had in Dryden's office, but was it Maul that commissioned her to be trained? Qi'ra is a very complex character that I would love to see play out further on the big screen. Second on my list is Enfys Nest. I thought she was a badass character and her garbs were as sick as her abilities. I'd like to know more about the role that she played in the formation of the rebellion. How well does she know the top brass, or is she just more of an enforcer, dispatched at the will of one of the cells? Is she the leader of a cell herself? There's a lot that can be done with this character. It'd be great to see if she continues to support the rebellion, or if she goes rogue like Saw Gerrera.
The Empire is hiding something important, and that bug knows what it is.
For me, it would be a shame to just let her fade away with only one movie. Third on my list, which would be probably the most fun to see and revisit in Solo 2, and that's Lando. We'd get to see him pick up where he left off after losing the Falcon to Han. Maybe he loses all credibility and has to fight his way out of the gambling spot because the other players realize he's been swindling them. There's a lot that can be done with his story as well. I mean, he's a card shark, he's a swindler, he's a gambler. How many other games went south before he wins Cloud City? And has Cloud City always been thriving? Or could we see some of the problems he was alluding to in The Empire Strikes Back play out in Solo 2? This could be a very fun story to tell.
Everything you've heard about me is true.
And it would tie directly into the star of the show, Han Solo. His story picks up right after he and Chewie win the Falcon. But does he leave the gambling spot immediately, or does he stay to help Lando get off world, knowing that the shitstorm he's about to face once people realize that he's been cheating them? And once the dust settles, Where's he off to next? I can see him trying to track down Kira, or maybe he just says, screw it, I'm done with love. I've spent my whole damn life trying to get back to Corellia to find her, and then she just skates on me. Maybe this is why he's jaded when he meets Princess Leia in the beginning. Beckett tells him about the crew forming on Tatooine. Maybe as Han watches Kira leave, it's at this moment when he decides to try to get as far away from love as he possibly can. We know this to be part of his genetic makeup. It's what he did when the going got tough before The Force Awakens.
You know, no matter how much we fought, I've always hated watching you leave.
That's why I did it. So you'd miss me.
Then it would also be sort of cool, a side mission if Chewbacca wanted to check in on his family to see if they made it back to Kashyyyk. Perhaps we could see Bossk introduced at this time, since we know Trandoshans love to hunt Wookiees. And as Han makes his way to Jabba's palace, this could be where we get the run-in with Boba Fett. Remember, Beckett killed Aurra Sing, who was like a mother to Boba. Boba may have been hunting for Beckett. He finds out that Han Solo is the man that killed Beckett, robbing him of the opportunity to do it himself, which might breed animosity for Han. Or perhaps he simply learns that Han Solo and Chewbacca were running in Beckett's crew. Either way, we have cause now for Boba's disdain for Han.
I hope you're still paying attention, because now I'm going to tell you the most important.
The potential here is limitless, which leads me to my second reason for wanting Solo 2. Place. Some of the best things happening in the Star Wars universe are the countless worlds to explore in the galaxy. In each video game, comic book, or novelization, we hope to be introduced to a new and exciting world to explore, but never is that more exciting than actually seeing a new world realized on the big screen. I loved seeing and playing on Corellia in SWTOR and Star Wars Galaxies, but it's quite different actually seeing the world in the theaters. And with Maul, Kira, Lando, and Han, the possibility of seeing something old and something new should be without question. I would absolutely love to see Dathomir come to life, Maul and the Crimson Dawn. That would be amazing. We would have the opportunity to see live action Force witches, and maybe even Asajj Ventress. A planet so deep-seated in the dark side of the Force could make for some great storytelling.
Surprised?
Hardly. You're the one I was sent here for.
Then fight me alone. Prove you're the greater warrior. If I win, your army leaves. If you win, the Night Sisters will surrender to you.
And to balance the darkness, take us up into the clouds. Show us Cloud City on Bespin. Let's dive into what Lando is doing to make his city a profitable one. Then take us back down to Tatooine. Could this be the movie to show what mission Han Solo was on for Jabba when he dumped that cargo at the site of the Empire? Jabba regards Han Solo as the best smuggler in the galaxy. For him to be so impressed, Han must have done a number of successful runs for him. And think about it. A visit to Tatooine during this time period could mean an Obi-Wan sighting, or perhaps a Luke Skywalker and Big story. Maybe just a side story. I would love to see Solo 2 tackle any of these possible storylines, allowing Ron Howard to get his hands on the film from the very beginning and see it through to the end. I'm certain he would deliver a great story and a well-directed movie. But these are just my thoughts. You let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications and share this video on all social media platforms. I want to shout out Christopher Bell and Mad Mitch, two awesome members of the community. Thanks for always watching and engaging in the comments. Look, I do what I love. Hope you love what I do. This has been the Rancor Report. Until next time.
This party's over.